do. I have a good feeling about today.
All right, we are live, and our faces are huge this time. Woo!
I guess I'll do the same.
Hello, one and all. Welcome to another exciting episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. With me, as always, are my Sylvan Seekers. Say hi, Sylvan Seekers.
Hi, Sylvan Seekers.
Hi. I've frozen up, and I can't hear any of you anymore. Fantastic.
Oh,
no. Okay,
Oh,
no,
no.
you're all back. For a brief moment, their Discord decided to fuck with me, but we are back on track.
Hell yeah.
We all said it.
You know what? I'm really sad that I missed it then.
I
Typically, this is the part of the show where I ask all of you to give me a recap of last session. And in exchange, I would give you points of inspiration. However, last session was predominantly an introductory session. Most of what we did was simply introduce our lovely and colorful cast of characters. To remind everyone, we have Alistair Buttons, played by Kyle. We have Gordon Birkin, played by Wyatt. We have Amara Celtis, played by Shannon. We have Zalora Nemeria, played by Jess. And Cedric Ignister, played by Dalton. We got to see each of these 5 lovely people in their own element before we thrust them into the magical world of the Witchlight Carnival.
I'll be back in just a second. My dog just opened the door and Joe is echoing.
The dog's like, let me in.
Or let me out, either one.
Sounds
Seems
familiar.
out here. Additionally, in the previous session, I realized that I made a slight error, as per the book. I told you that the Witchlight Carnival was opening in the morning. That is actually false. The Witchlight Carnival opens at dusk and runs for 8 hours through. I don't believe we did anything that would have changed.
So.
But just so you were aware, it is dusk. The twilight hours have descended upon the Sword Coast, and you are experiencing the bright lights and magic amidst the appearance of stars in the night sky.
That's why I'm so white. It's not my computer just being a dick.
It does make a great deal more sense for a carnival to happen during the night anyway, so I think that makes a lot of sense.
Also, feel free to join the stream.
Yes, please do. Help us get more viewers. Additionally, as the party made their way into the Witchlight Carnival, the first area they went to for more information was the Lost Property Tent, where they were introduced to a displacer beast, a tame, intelligent displacer beast named Durlagron. After a mild scuffle, they ended up searching for a child who Durlagron had accidentally scared, after the child had touched a mirrored ball that used to belong to Durlagron's son.
You don't touch his balls.
You don't, singular.
Touch his son's ball.
Durlagron's son has gone missing as of late, and the mirrored ball is the only thing Durlagron has to remember him by.
Oh, he's missing? It's not, he's dead.
That is correct. That is correct. Shit. In fairness, he might be dead. But this isn't that kind of adventure, so probably not. While searching for the child, Zalora also briefly met Palasha, a mermaid in the employment of the carnival who is a singer.
My sister.
Palasha and Zalora shared a touching and heartfelt conversation, during which Palasha told her that strange things were happening at the carnival, though Palasha believes the carnival itself to be innocent. She has suggested that Zalora and her compatriots go to check the Hall of Illusions, where they might find more information on the strange goings-on. Additionally, and I believe finally, Cedric chanced upon a sighting of a strange little creature darting around the carnival. And we rejoin our Sylvan Seekers as they leave the Lost Property Tent and make their way westward across the carnival towards the Hall of Illusion.
Ooh.
quick sound test for everyone who is using the music of Roll20, which I believe is everyone but Jess.
Correct.
So make sure that the sound is not drowning out my voice, as I am the most important person here.
No, I wish I could argue
we
that.
rejoin our intrepid Sylvan Seekers as their God damn it, y'all froze up for me again.
Oh no.
Oh,
This
it's
is
one
gonna
of
be-
these.
This is gonna be a long night, I can tell. I
Uh,
think that Wyatt has stolen all of my luck from me.
I recommend one thing.
Unfortunate.
If you're having trouble with that, just disable the cameras from like everyone else, because it makes it easier on Discord.
But how will he
Oh.
see us?
He doesn't have to.
I would like to see your lovely faces, but at the same time, I would also like to have an uninterrupted experience in DMing this for all of you.
Interesting.
Well, you were able
So-
to last time.
I was
Yeah.
able to last time. I don't know how I do that, so I will. If it becomes a significant issue, I will do it later. For the time being, I will proceed as we are. As the party makes their way westward across the Witchlight Carnival, you are going to pass by a couple of things that may catch your attention. Namely, and first of all, you are going to pass by the Calliope. And let me make sure that you're all looking at the same thing I am.
No, let me.
Yeah, I always enunciate that wrong.
The Calliope lets loose a song that you have heard for the entirety of the time you've been here at the carnival, actually. As you pass closer to it, the merry tune becomes louder, spilling forth from an instrument on the back of a small but brightly painted wagon. A monkey wearing a cloak covered with buttons turns a handle at the wagon's rear, sending music into the air from a row of golden whistles. As the five of you pass by it, a goblin dressed up in a ladybug costume toddles up to you, rattling a small tin cup. She does not say anything, she simply wanders up to the five of you, rattling her tin cup.
Let me dig around in my pocket here. I think I have a little something left over.
Money is no object, as I put in 10 gold pieces.
The monkey have a name?
You actually, so let me address these one at a time. First of all, Kyle, yes, the monkey does have a name. The monkey's name is Ernest. Ernest actually has the intelligence of a human. But he does, in fact, only speak monkey. Cedric, as you go to put money in the tin cup, the goblin actually raises her hand to stop you. And as the goblin does, I'm sorry, no, I was incorrect. The monkey does still speak common. Because the monkey looks at you, Cedric, and the monkey says, "Oh, spare a button, if you please. I'll sew it next to all of these. I offer nothing in its place, besides a smile upon my face." As he says the rhyme, the goblin rattles the little tin cup in time with it.
Interesting.
Do I even have buttons?
Yeah,
I'm
but I was
sure
literally
your
thinking the
pants are
exact same
your
thing.
shirt.
If you are a character who was wearing a cloak or some kind of coat, odds are you have a button from it that you could pull off.
I would like to put my pinky finger in the cup because I'm buttons.
Oh.
Give me a persuasion check,
Oh.
Alistair.
Okay.
Oh, God.
On a 15, both the goblin, whose name you know to be Marigold, and Ernest give a hearty laugh, and the three of you share a laugh at your joke. And Marigold says, "Ha! It's because his name."
You got it.
Oh gosh. Gosh.
Does anyone else in the party offer a button to the goblin?
I need to look into my inventory.
I
and see
don't
if
know
I have
if
a
I
cloak.
am
You probably
wearing
don't
a
have any
button.
buttons in your inventory, so this is solely a character decision. Whether or
Oh.
not you are wearing clothes that might have buttons that you're not using, maybe you're the kind of person who keeps a spare button on you in case one pops off. It is entirely up to you as a player whether or not you have one. I guarantee
Wearing
it's
a
not going to
button-up
be
shirt?
in your inventory.
A lot of the time they'll have like an extra button on the inside that like you don't use.
Very true. Like suit jackets will have that. I imagine if you wear a clasped cloak, you probably have a button on there.
I would look in the inside of my sleeve to just see if there was an extra one or not. I'm gonna just do a roll.
Are we leaving this to chance?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Go ahead, Zalora, and roll me just a straight d20.
15.
I see you rolled it
Oh,
twice. You got a
that's
2 the first time.
Weird. Because I definitely only clicked it once. It must have done that thing where it did 2d20s instead of 1d20.
Go ahead and roll it for me one more time and we'll take an average.
Okay.
On a 2, a 15, and an 8, I'm gonna say no. You do not have
Okay.
a spare button on your clothing.
She would just be like, I'm sorry, miss. I don't have any extra buttons.
Marigold shrugs.
Eight?
As like
I
her-
imagine I probably have one of those basic, not fancy button-ups, but just the kind of collared shirt. So yeah, I'll probably pop a button off.
Okay.
Let's get
When in Rome.
in her.
Yeah, I guess I will also pop like one of those little like shirt button things where there's like 3 buttons at the shirt. I will take the top button off and suddenly I'm one step closer to cleavage.
Woo!
I'm
As it
only
should
wearing my
be.
common
As
clothes.
it
My
should
fancy
be.
clothes are in the trunk. They'll be good.
Cedric will take off a button that's on the inside of his cloak.
As an aside, does
Lovely.
anyone remember how to punch out the Twitch chat? Like make it a pop out?
I can't say that I do, no.
Okay.
I forgot. I used to be able to do it. Now I don't remember how.
I was gonna say, wait, you're talking about in reference to being the Twitch streamer, right?
I know,
have
and it
no
used to be
idea about
easy,
that.
and I don't understand why it's not anymore.
That's not me making fun of you. That's me saying I only know how to be a viewer.
Are you
Tragic.
if you're talking, it depends on what you're using. If you're using OBS, I can help. If you're using Streamlabs, I cannot.
Yeah, I'm using Streamlabs.
Yeah.
All right. So the party. So Amara and Gordon are going to give a button to Ernest and Marigold, and for a brief time after you give the button, Ernest smiles, and the music from the Calliope gets just a little bit more jaunty.
Cedric gave one as well.
Cedric also gave a button. Lovely.
No buttons for you.
Our next thing is going to be climbing up a mountain, and we're all going to take negative on our con checks because we're missing clothing items.
Oh no!
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Look, I feel like it's kind of that thing where if somebody asks if you're a god, you say yes. If somebody asks for a button or whatever in this carnival, you say yes.
So after that, the party continues to make their way over to the Hall of Illusions. On the way there, you are also going to pass by the entrance to the Big Top.
Ooh, the big top.
Alistair, you know that even outside of the Big Top extravaganza and the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch, the Big Top always has some act or another playing inside. Typically, it's smaller ones, maybe some Witchlight hand who got promoted into a full performer, or someone who is practicing an act for the extravaganza. Does anyone care to look inside? There seems to be a fair number of people in there at the moment.
I'd like to take a peek.
Probably just a juggler or something small time.
So, Gordon, you are going to take a peek inside, and actually, Alistair wasn't terribly far off. Let me see, do I have an image for this? No, I don't. I apologize. You look inside, Gordon, and you see a young man, broad-chested and tall, with completely bright purple skin, and a trio of curled horns, who is in fact juggling. But he's not juggling balls. It looks like he's juggling little imps, or little sprites, and whenever the imp gets to the top of the curve, it shoots a little fireball up in the air.
Great balls of fire.
I'd be more impressed if he then juggled the fireball as well, but that's just me.
Alistair has very high standards for the big top.
Alistair has opinions.
I think
they have had opinions.
I think I'm just gonna kind of fish my pipe out of my pocket and just kind of chew on it for a while I watch until someone grabs me.
I think that I would step forward and I'd be like, we need to go to the Hall of Illusions. You could watch some other time. Also, last time we talked about buying extra tickets. Is that something we're doing?
What was that for? That was just
because
to,
we couldn't get into all of the things with the amount of tickets
maybe we should
have.
hold off and wait until like there might be some attractions that we don't actually enjoy or aren't interested
Alistair, you know that the ticket booth closes at the 7th hour.
Okay.
That the Witchlight Carnival is open. But
So,
until
yeah,
that time, Nicholas stays open and he keeps selling tickets. You've never seen him run out of tickets either.
I would say we could just wait until we run out of tickets, because the booth's open real late. Or real early, rather.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
All right. So the party continues onwards. Alistair, you recognize, and the rest of the party sees, a small line that is for the bubble pot teapot on the way past. Anyone who would like to can give me a perception check to take a look.
One of my
Here we
favorite
go.
things to do on my day off.
Oh dear.
15,
so
10.
cute.
Amara, you rolled twice. Do you have advantage on perception for any reason?
No.
Okay, then I'm taking your first roll, which is a 22, which is higher anyway.
That's fine.
Cedric, you, on your way out, actually end up getting caught up in another group of passerby. It is a family of elves, 2 older women, and what look like 3 unruly children. The children have started running circles around you as the women try to corral their children, and they apologize to you for the problem.
Cedric just gives a small laugh.
And I say, so Laura is, like, somewhat terrified of people, like, just coming at her. And she hides behind Cedric.
Zalora ducks between the elven children to hide behind Cedric.
It's like, what do they want? What do they want?
Gordon, Zalora, and Alistair, the 3 of you all see pretty much the same thing, which is a line of people walking up into a small archway that is set into the side of this teapot. And a couple seconds after that, a large bubble is blown out of the spout, with the person who just walked in inside of it. That bubble floats up around the carnival, and if you continue to pay attention, you will see that eventually it slowly drifts to the ground and pops harmlessly. Amara, on your 22, you see something. You see someone in one of the bubbles who is floating around the top of the carnival. And something strikes you as odd about it, about that person. Give me an insight check, if you would be so kind.
Insight. I'm so good at that sometimes.
I'm great at it half of the time.
I was not good at it that time.
Amara, on an 11, the person that you're looking at seems like they're looking for something. Like they're being weirdly investigative. Like they're looking really carefully at the carnival beneath them.
Ooh, my Discord is twitching the hell out. Jesus.
Oh dear.
So was mine. It just froze up again.
So I'm gonna
we
use my, I think it's called Keen Mind, basically, and
Uh-huh.
I am going to remember exactly what this person looks like.
Fantastic. Amara, I'm going to tell you right now that you are looking at a young elven man. You would wager him just at the cusp of adulthood.
Okay. I'm gonna write that in my notes.
Please do.
Oh yeah, I'm still easily amused, I think, right now, so I'm
You-
probably giggling at these bubbles.
I think you and Gordon are both still easily amused by things.
Can I pop, like,
Yes.
are there smaller bubbles around that I can pop that are in front of me?
Oh, 100% there are
Oh,
smaller
yes.
bubbles all around.
Alright, cool. I'm just, like, walking around popping.
Yeah, for every big bubble that comes out of the teapot, there's like 50 smaller bubbles that wreath around it and
So
fly
weird.
all over the carnival.
No, I'm not gonna pop the bubbles of the people that are riding bubbles. That's like taking away somebody's parachute mid
The little bubbles, the little bubbles also have little people in them.
Is that a thing? Is he making a joke at me right now?
I think so.
Alistair, would you care to roll me a deception check?
Oh my god.
Yes, I would.
Good luck
There's-
with my insight, buddy.
There's fairies and pixies in those little bubbles.
Amara, what's your passive insight?
My passive insight is a 14.
He rolled an 18 with a -1 modifier.
Okay, but I still feel like I should roll for that.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Go ahead and roll me an insight, Amara.
High rolls?
God damn it!
Amara, this carnival is weird, and that doesn't feel right to you. But you also don't know enough about this carnival to dispute it either.
I hate when other people's rolls make me dumb.
Say, my Discord is acting really strange. I'm gonna just log out and log back in, okay?
Okay, let's take just a brief second.
Sorry, guys. 1 moment, please.
Session 2.
It did happen last session. I don't know.
It's too bright.
You
Yeah,
guys
I mean,
were, like,
the
moving
bad luck has to go
around as
somewhere.
if, like, you were, like,
Oh,
like possessed.
I have the perfect idea. It's just too bright. He's used to the dark. That's why.
You know
okay.
what? It is. There's a lot of lights everywhere.
I was
Yeah.
So
gonna
that
make
might
the
be
joke.
screwing with Cedric.
He can't be pretty and smart, but that works too.
Wow.
That reminds me.
Oh, now it's
while
coming
we're-
up as a different Discord. That's so weird. Okay.
While we're in the area, I remember Cedric brought up the little weird thiefy dude. I wanted to take a look around where he saw that. Are we close to that still, or did we already pass?
No, actually, that happened right about in this area. That's where Cedric
Okay.
saw the little creature.
Also,
Say-
are Amara and Azalor coming along? Because it looks like they're still in lost property.
Huh.
Oh, look. I
We
have
were
a lot of
having-
windows.
We were having bubble conversations, so they must have been here.
It's true. Definitely was there. Was not a floating ghost or whatever.
Right. Okay,
This map
so
is very large. Where's my character?
your character Shannon is
I found
right
it.
there.
Why can't I move it? Why can't I move it with...
By all rights, you should be able to
Oh,
move
now
it.
I
Can
know
you
why.
not?
God,
JD.
I'm so silly.
Stop.
I'm being so silly.
Amara, can you not click on your token?
When I click on it, it moves the whole map.
What? That's
Oh,
What?
Oh, you're
So-
stuck. You gotta like.
yeah, you should try left-clicking or right-clicking somewhere else,
If you
and then try
use
in
the
your token.
plus and minus on the map instead, it should
That's true.
unclick your button.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
I will
Excellent.
join
I
the
love